I am rocking the Can I Have a Waters. Cam is rocking the Strawberry Mimosas. Emmanuel is rocking the coffees. And it's doing good, man. So if you haven't gotten a pair, go to ShadySideUp.com, get you a pair.
Thank you for watching this video. Make sure you subscribe and most importantly, click the bell so you get notified as soon as we drop a new video. Also, if you have clicked the bell, make sure that your YouTube notifications are enabled so that you get the notification. Enjoy the video!
This is the story about the time we had a police escort to the club. Woo woo! All right, so let me tell you a little backstory. So we are all of the age of 21 during these times. So you know, it's go out city. It's all about being out. And I met this guy at a barbershop. He went by one letter. I don't even need to say his name, but he went by one letter. He was like a mafia boss. In hindsight, he was definitely a scammer of some sort. He was a scammer, a drug dealer. We didn't need to be out, but we didn't care because he had connects to everything. I remember the very first night I went out with him, he picked me up in this Mercedes Benz. I don't even think it was that like crazy, but I get in the Benz and I'm like, yeah, this the life I want right here. Like this is what I like. It had a little night vision on there. It was amazing. And you gotta remember, we coming from a time where we used to sit across from a club. I think it was called Lotus at the time. It was Tongue and Groove. We used to sit across from Tongue and Groove in Atlanta and look, and we would see people like Russell Simmons going in there, you know, in the limelight, all the cameras flashing. We across on the bench hungry, and we just like, you know, one day, man, one day, it's the fucking club, man. One day, of course, just walk in there. So this guy, we gonna call him the letter man. So the letter man, he called me one night, and this is my first time experiencing VIP. So I had never really been inside a VIP like that. I'm 21, you know, because dudes won't just get their girls be in VIP. They get a birth to VIP ring as soon as they come out the womb. Like, they ready when they start. Us, we got to work for it. They get a Nuva ring and a VIP ring. Me, I got to work for it. I got to know somebody that knows somebody. So he invited me to Tongue and Groove that night. I'll never forget. And I go in the section, and it's me, him, and like he had two girls with him. So I'm already feeling myself, and I'm like, oh man, this is cool. I'm up here. I'm a little bit above people. You know what I'm saying? I knew VIP stood for very important person, and that wasn't me at the time. I wasn't that important. So he was like, I remember he tapped me. He was like, hey, can you go get a couple girls to bring up here? That was the scariest thing he could have said to me, because I was like, what you mean? He was like, just go tell them to come. I was like, just go tell him to come. He was like, you ain't never done this before? I said, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I ain't never done this before. He was like, look, I promise you, just go do it. He was like, see that group of girls over there? Go do it. So I walked down there, and I was like, you know, hey, how y'all doing? We got a VIP sec. Before I got the words out, they was like, okay, hold on, let me get my girl. They said, girl, come on. They got drinks over there. If it was a movie, all you would have seen is cut scenes of the advancement of the cockiness that happened after that, because I just it got to the point where I was just looking at girls. I tapped the security, hey, yeah, grab her, you know, yeah, get her. They be walking by, grabbing her hand. Come on, stop playing. Come on.
Hello, this is VIP. Welcome.
And also, Mike had the same experience of a VIP, so I'm gonna let him tell it.
So anyway, so we get in this section, and it's that time. The letterman tells us, hey, y'all go get some girls. Before he even finished, I was already down there. And there was no nervousness. I already knew. Rome told me his story. I learned, they say a smart man learns from his own mistakes. They say a wise man learns from others. He told me his mistakes. I went in there straight up, hey, we got a section. There's some bottles up there. Huh? I said section bottles. And then they would just walk up.
It's a superpower.
I felt amazing. Usually, you know, I'm the type of guy, like, if I do talk to a girl in the club, it would have to be anywhere. It would have to be something where she exchange types, give me some energy. I would have to know for sure that, okay, this girl's feeling me. I'm not just gonna walk to a random girl. This night, I was walking up to, I didn't care how bad they were. I didn't care where they were. If they could have been with other dudes, I'd be like, hey, I don't know who this is, but you and your girls can come up.
That's the power of VIP.
Oh yeah.
It's the power of VIP and the perception of money.
Ego.
And yeah, that night I got drunk. I got a lot of other people drunk, and I didn't spend $1. And I didn't even really have to. The house was right there. It was a really good experience, man. And anyone who knows a scammer or somebody with money,
Just try it out.
try it out. You know, make sure you're safe.
Everybody should have their chance to hang with a scammer.
Yeah. Just once, you know.
Because to me, that's the only people that's really spending money like
Because the
that.
great thing is, he was really a nice dude.
Yeah.
He was a nice guy.
dude.
He was a nice dude.
Yeah, we don't know for sure, but we feel like it just felt like scam.
It felt like he had money.
He could have
to spend.
been. He could have been a politician.
He could have been. I don't know.
He could have been getting funded by the government. But, you know, he funded us in experiences. And, you know, the Letterman, I don't know where you are. I don't know what you're doing. But I'll never forget you.
If you in jail, let us send you a letter. Man.
All right, so now to the main story. So one night, this guy calls us, and he's like, yo, I need you and a couple of the homies, meet me at the Ritz. I was like, oh, we meeting at the Ritz? He's like, meet me at the Ritz. I think it was across from Lennox. Meet me at the Ritz. So I'm like, all right, cool. So once again, I started to get a little hype. I'm like, it's going to be a good night. At the time, I used to live behind Fridays. I used to be on Peachtree where like Justin's and Ruth Chris is. I live behind Friday. You know, I'm 21, got my little whip. You know, I ain't got that much money in my pocket, but it was cool. So I was excited. So I called Cam, and I think it was me, Cam, and Chaz, I believe. So I was like, hey, let's go to the Ritz. So I was like, all right, cool. So we pull up at the Ritz, and I think when we get there, he was already there, and he had this girl that we knew there as well, and maybe a couple other people. So we waiting. I parked the car outside. Now, when we first pulled up, it was my car. Then I seen like a police motorcycle, and then I seen like an SUV. And I was like, all right, this is interesting. So we go inside, and we waiting, and we see this cop. Like this, looked like an undercover, but he had Atlanta police outfit on, but fully tatted. I think he had both sleeves tatted up, and he looked like one of those white dudes that go get cut at a black barbershop. And I was like, all right, this is interesting. They dapping up, they kikiing, ha-ha. And I'm like, all right, cool. So he's like, all right, y'all, let's ride out. So I go hop in the Mazda. The police officer hopping on his bike, and Letterman, he go into the SUV.
It was two cops.
Two cops, but I just remember the one with the tattoo. So he hops in the SUV. Now the cop goes around to the front, the one that was in the middle, goes around the front, and then there's a cop in the back. So we get to like where you about to pull out. They both hit the lights. Boom, they hit the lights, and we take off, and we like, oh, so we just riding. Now, mind you, we not stopping in no lights. Like, we would get to the light, he would flash, the light be red, we just zoom in. We was like, oh, this is a real police escort. This presidential. I'm talking about, then we hit the highway. We on the highway, and you know how, like, the HOV lane, you know, there's nobody really in there. We not even on the HOV lane. We in the middle of the lanes, and he moving cars out the way, flashing them. Cars is moving, flashing them, cars moving, and we just going. And I'm looking at Cam and Chad, and we like, is this the fast lane? Like, this what it's about? Like, we excited. So we going, and we go all the way to the strip club. Now, this strip club was Blue Flame. This was my first time there. I heard Blue Flame girls were a little bit more edgy, if you want to say. They had a little bit of grit to them. You know, maybe a bullet wound or two. Who knows? But these girls are they've been through some things, you know what I'm saying? So we get there, and I think I forgot which side of town it's on. You remember what side of town it is? It's like it's like the south side. So we go to Blue Flame. So we get in there, and this is my first time in Blue Flame. It's like kind of a smaller club now. Also, this person has taken us everywhere at this point. We was in Club Onyx. We was in what's the other strip club we used to go to? Kamal's. And then we was all in the Red Club. We was in Rain. We was in Compound. We was in Club Pure. We was in Life. It was just everywhere. So it was like checking off the club. So we in the Blue Flame, and he had a big old VIP section. So we all sit in the VIP section. Mind you, ain't paid for nothing, which was the best thing about this whole night. Ain't had to pay for nothing. We walked straight into the club, go to the VIP section. So it's me, Cam, Chaz, and he had a couple of his homies there. And so all the strippers start coming in. So they dancing or whatever. And I look to my right and I see this dude, this girl starts dancing on, and I see him go. So I was like, why he make that face? And then I see her get up and he. That nigga, the fuck, like, yo, you know, some of you, he offended. Hell was that? And so she go to the next dude and she start dancing, and he said, and just waved her on. And so I'm like, oh, she coming towards me. So what's going on? And so she kind of walked by me, and her ass air hit me. And I was like, oh no. She bent down and she was like, hey, I'm Sweet Meat, baby. You want to dance? And I was like, nah, I'm okay. We here for him down there. So if you want to go down there. And then she walked past Chad. I remember Chad was like, oh no. And then I looked at I said, that's Sweet Meat. He said, that's Sweet Meat. That meat is sweet. And then what sucks is, like, there's not, like, I get it later. Like, that's a lot to have to bend down and ask a man you want to dance. You already in there half naked. And I felt bad for her because by the time she got to the end, she turned around. She was like,
y'all ain't shit. Your mamas ain't shit. Your babies ain't gonna be shit. Fuck all y'all.
I was like, man, I'm sorry, Sweet Meat, but this ain't it, man. And she was just dancing. It was like, everybody was like, nah, man. It was like the niggas at the airport. They was get out of here, leave. So she finally left. I know she felt bad. I know she was like, these niggas some bums. Yo, ain't none of y'all gonna pay for nothing. So the barber that I met the main dude from, he was there with us. And so we all kind of get up and leave. And I noticed the barber was back with the tab. And he had an angry face, and so I'm thinking like, oh, I think Cam let me know. He's like, yo, I think he left Buddy to pay back there because I don't think he paid. Because all I see the barber, he looking at the tab and he talking to the wait. You know, when somebody waving like this, what's this? I ordered a bunch of drinks. I know we all ordered, and he just looking at the thing and he pointing like this, and it was like it's so much frustration in his arms and his body movement. I was like, that's
He left him with the tab.
Yeah, he left him with the tab. My man's left him with the tab, and I was like, it wasn't my tab. So I was like, you know, I'm just a 21-year-old man in here trying to look at butt. So then we hop back outside. The police escort is still with us. So now we go to get something to eat. We back on the highway. Cars moving. And I'm like, no. Or did we go to the club next? My bad. So now we back outside. We get the police escort again. We headed to the club now. And I know what you're thinking. Rome not sleepy yet? I wasn't 32. I was 21. So I had a few more hours on me at the time. So we go to the south side again. We still in the south side. We go to this big ass like auditorium type of club. It was huge. I cannot remember the name of it. Me and Cam tried to remember the name of it. I don't know what the name of it was. But I know we went in there. We got a section. And I think we stayed maybe 30 minutes. So this guy's just blowing money. I don't know if it's his money or the money he scammed from people, but he out there just blowing money because we was only in the section like 30 minutes, and then we left again. Back on the highway. Now we're going to get food. This was the best part about hanging out with this guy. Every time we left the club, we would go to get food, and he would pay for everybody. So the tab would be like $1,500 each time or more. And so we go to get food that night.
And the cool thing about it, we always went to a black-owned restaurant, so he supported the black.
Yeah, he did support the black-owned. I don't know if he was scamming them at the same time he was supporting them, putting back into the community. Maybe he felt bad, so he's putting it back into the community. But we always was at a black-owned restaurant, so we went and we got some food to eat, and that's pretty much the time I had a police escort to the club. And mind you, there was a time that I had a big issue with one. You know what? I'm gonna say that for another story because these stories continue. It's a series of these club events, so we can continue with another story. But I almost fought a guy named Cheese. I'll say that much. That's pretty much it.
Why are you hanging out with a dude named Cheese?
No. Cheese was with the Letterman. These all sound like cartoon characters.
Letterman?
Cheese was with the Letterman.
What are you hanging out with a bunch bunch of villains?
Yes, it's just villain cheese was with the Letterman.
I have a question.
Yes.
Have you had a police escort since?
No, I have not.
So you're still not a very important person.
No, I haven't at all.
All right.
Yep. Cool.
All right, what comes in the box once you get it? All your retainers. I got 15 of them, so it's gonna take me 15 weeks to straighten my teeth. And I only got the top teeth because I need a bottom tooth extracted. But what's cool about Bite, they work with me, so they'll still help me with my top teeth until I get my bottom teeth situated. So I got 15 retainers all in this box. Also, got some accessories. I got what you put your retainers in, carry around when you take them out to eat, or if you out or whatnot at a restaurant, you on a date, put it in there. And I got some whitening foam to use, whiten my teeth. Also, you got the Hyper Bite, which is really cool, which cuts your time in half. If you use it every day, I think it's just for 5 minutes a day, it'll cut your treatment time in half. It's the only technology that Bite has. It's a technology only Bite has, which is really cool, which separates them from all the other competition. So I'm excited to use that. And yeah, so today is the day. I'm gonna open this one, see what it looks like. Boom. But I still get the bottom with it, but it's probably just gonna keep it in place where it's at, which is cool. But this is my first trade for the first week of straightening my top teeth. So comes with instructions. Comes with a little sticker that says the wait is over. It is time to bite. I know you can't see it. If it focus, I don't know. This is cool. Let me pop it in. And it fits. Fits perfectly, actually. Yep. And it's comfortable too. But I gotta take it out before I eat or drink anything that's not water. So that's cool. Let me put this in a tray. So if y'all want to start on this journey, just use my code BITEDT. This is my prom story that involves strippers, Rick Ross, and Mike getting kicked out of his house. Let's go on this ride, y'all.